Welcome back to episode 24, turn 49 of this Hinnom multiplayer series. Last turn, Atlantis attacked us, and we were sieging and assaulting two forts, one against Marveni, one against Berytos. We're going to take a look at those battles, siege battles first, as they're obviously the most interesting. And I don't want to wait too long because spoilers. Alright, so we see it looks like Marveni finally brought everything to this fight. Giant mage ball in the back center here. Let's see what he's doing. Not many gems. I think we see earth boots. Spell focus. I'm not sure why you'd want spell focus on an earth. Maybe petrify. We have some scatterings of nature gems. I have a feeble-minded dude. I think that's an astral 1 by default. See a lot of sages. This guy has so many sages. Have a couple single gem astral ones, so mind duel is the expectation. I'm not sure if we're seeing anyone for Light of the Northern Stars out of him. Have to assume someone's casting it. I think he did at the last fight. No reason he couldn't do it in this fight. We see a lot of these troops have damage on them. It's from disease. So as he's been marching around, he's been eating starvation damage, it looks like. I was thinking if I did some sort of remote attack, but now everyone's diseased, it looks like that's damaged. Right, yeah, pretty much everyone, so. He finally gets a big boar battle. Does he have a Holy 3? Not sure I noticed one. Not he can communion up for the divine blessing, but yeah. Whole lot of troops. This is what I was expecting more along last turn of what he'd need to do to win. Just having more meat for his mage ball to do damage. However, we've now killed 15 of his mages, so this is a lot weaker than what it potentially could have been. On our side, it's sort of the same ordeal. We are down one golden of the adept. No, one golden order mage, which is, fire astral. From the last fight, we don't have anti-magic going up this fight, but have an air dude here to cast Gift from Heaven, hopefully. Not gift. Gift of Flight on this Melqart, hopefully. Yeah. So let's see it. See, he's doing Swarm, Communion, Storm, Summon Earth Power, Mind Burn. Might be him, Mind Burning. Body Ethereal. We see a couple Mind Duels. So something to keep in mind for Mind Duel is people in the same square can get popped. It looks like our scripting has our astral guys in their own single digit squares for the most part. Yeah, so he has good odds at winning the mind duels. Let's see if he pops anyone. Doesn't look like he popped anyone initially. But we survived the mind duels. I don't think we had anything super critical going off. We were doing one guy who was just astral boosting up. Maybe other guy was doing the luck spell. I forgot the name. So we see. Alright, let's take a pause here. Alright, so someone has Light of the Northern Star. I think that's mine. It is. Does he get it off? Looks like he does have someone getting off. He has Swarm Castings. He's doing Howl, and Howl's a really useful spell for adding in chaff and distracting mages, so something he should have had last fight, I think. But a bit of a problem with it is with Firestorm, those wolves are going to die pretty quickly. But it does help with distracting my mages and some troops. We see those Gift from Heaven. So far, kind of looks like he's hitting more of his own pigs. These swarms aren't going to live long in this firestorm, so he's trying to bring in more chaff, and that's the right idea, but with Firestorm, it's not so good. And we see, since boars are tramplers, but since they're size 3 and my troops are size 3, he can't trample, so he's losing a lot of value from what these pigs should be able to do. And with Fortitude Bless, they take less damage from weapon attacks, but they don't have any protection buffing, so they still take a good chunk of damage. You know, we see our guys doing 24 damage against 6 prots, so it's 18 on average-ish. I think the math might add or subtract a couple damage with the bonus dice rolls, but yeah, you know, we're doing like 6-10 damage on each hit with after the resistances, so really can't fight on par with these Dawn Guard well, because he's doing 15 damage slashing attacks for 27 protection, plus a shield, plus 16 defense skill, versus 12 attack skill, so I wonder if a larger bless is better on Marveni versus something else. With so many of the giant nations having size 3 troops like me, this is more in general, but with size 3 troops, I think larger gets better benefit, just so you can trample more people. Yeah, you see our fire mages sort of lobbing in some additional damage between Firestorm and the Fireball, even though it's a cold province. We're seeing a lot of fire. A whole lot of fire on... Don't know if this guy's on fire or if it's the tile. I guess the units are on fire, but there's no fire icon. Not sure how. But yeah, we see his stuff is just melting before it even gets to us. It's just Firestorm doing so much damage, Fireballs adding in additional damage, and before his front line even dies, we see his mages are pretty much dead. Just dying, bleeding out to the Firestorm. Take damage. Yeah, so a whole lot of our troops survive this fight. Looks most of his mages probably died if they didn't retreat. So if you look at this battle, we see we kill 30 mages. Kill pretty much all of his troops. Only thing really living are a couple pigs who get lucky on not dying to the Firestorm, and his pig summoners, which are pretty useful to him, but wow, that's a whole lot of HP. But yeah, it's a huge loss for him. We lose another golden of the Adept Order Mage. Lucky for us, maybe Mind Duels got him in the original battle, and in this replay it didn't show. It's also possible one of them just died to an unlucky roll from Firestorm. For troops, you really didn't lose much. I don't think we had lucky up that fight, so this really shows that Gift from Heavens can delete squares, yes, but they're inaccurate. He's probably killing more of his own guys than my guys. So, he's struggling against me. Yeah. We found one item after the battle. Spell focus, 1 penetration. That's useful for us. We have mine hunting coming up this turn. For the next battle of Marveni, where is it? It's here. So, now obviously things look a bit thinner for our troops, but we're still fine. Inside he has 1 board. It's like 10 troops. It's pretty much done. Don't think our guys even cast gem spells. No, they don't. So, Marveni falls. Here. We did lose some more troops this time. I guess it's from friendly fire since we didn't cast Armies of Gold. So, that's kind of sad. But it's not a lot of losses. Other battle was Berytos. So, this is outside the fort. We see he is attacking us outside the fort. He has a whole lot of blood slaves. A whole lot. He has these blood 1 plus randoms in the back. Each with like 2-ish blood slaves. We see Heliophagus with blood slaves on them. This guy's empowered. It's magic stuff. I thought this guy's different. I thought these were not unique guys, but Baneblade. Recall a different guy had a scythe. This guy has a different path. I thought Heliophagus were not unique summons, but maybe they are. This guy is another Heliophagus. He has a demon whip, so yeah, definitely different equipment, different paths. I'll have to check it out after. So anyways, next line. He has capital mages. Oh, I keep it paused. Has some storm demons. This one has air gems, maybe fog warriors or storm. But you don't need 4 gems for storm. In this line we have water boosters. Interesting. Don't know what this is for. More air gems. More air gems. More air gems. Looks like he's doing air elementals, maybe. He has some of his research dudes. This is air or earth boosted. 3 earth, some gems, maybe armies of gold. Or something else. As a couple demon knights, he has a bunch of claymen. Claymen are decent troops for him to summon. They have resistances against Pierce and Blunt, which is not useful against my sword troops, but they are good versus other things like the Long Dead. Some fire snakes. Fire snakes are solid troops. They have is that a melee? It's a melee AoE. Cool. And he also has poison attack, which is pretty strong. And we have this archdevil with fire. Maybe thugged out. Has a bunch of shed, some storm demons. I'm not sure why he has both. Shed are just better versions of storm demons. Oh, you know what? He can't do storm demons or shed in non-wasteland provinces, so it's just getting a couple storm demons since he can't get. Yeah. Alright, so our side, we We have our Mage Ball. Have some Melqarts. Doing Armies of Gold. Firestorm. I think some various path mages doing sort of various things. We have anti-magic, so yeah. Let's get started with the fight. We're going to start slow. And you can see these lines are really wide. And that's because I wanted to envelop him. See the Storm Demon's attacks coming in. We have a giant Blood Communion. Just chewed through a lot of slaves. So are these... Let's find a master, see how big it is. And we have 9 Communion slaves, so it looks like it's almost that whole line for a magic boost. But we don't see a lot of gems on these guys, so what's the blood for? So our long dead horsemen are eating a lot of the attack so far. That's alright with me, the Dawn Guard are better troops, so... There's our Army of Gold. And he just did something. Let's see what it was. I want to say maybe like I'm not seeing it. Was it like demon power? Not demon power. What's the... I don't know. Was it rush of strength? Trying to. He did a strength boost. Rush of strength. Okay. That gives all of his troops +4 strength, so pretty good. You see, he has a pretty small front line now, at least compared to ours, so I think lance charges did a bit of damage, possibly, or friendly fire. He puts up Howl. He puts up Lightning. He has Storm Power coming out. So he has Liquid Body on some dudes. He puts out Darkness, and our Dawn Guard are starting to arrive at the front. So Darkness is a very good spell for him. We do not have any Dark Vision, so our Dawn Guard lose a whole stack of their effectiveness. We can see in comparison Claymen have Spirit Sight, so they don't lose any skills in this darkness. Demons obviously don't lose any skills, so they're going to be very strong in melee once they run out of ammo. Demon Knights also very high defense skill now compared to my troops, so they'll do a lot of work. His Heliophagus have very good stats. I think they got dark powers. Yep. Just catapults their stats super high. Scary. They'll be hard to hit. And like our anti-thug Melqarts, well, they're not really equipped to anti-thug, but their duty would be to anti-thug his thugs. They also don't have any dark vision, so they struggle to hit as well. So darkness was definitely a weakness for us in our fight. Right, Firestorm comes out. He's starting to begin air elementals. So in the darkness, do they get a bonus? No, they get a storm bonus. 20 defense skill. It's really hard for our Dawn Guard to hit these guys. So even though we have magic weapons to ignore the ethereal, they just don't have the attack skill to land hits successfully. So we're going to get trampled. And begin getting trampled. And we do see like our front line is enveloping his, and his Claymen are getting attrition down. see how long his front line can last. So if we do punch through this Clayman line, we do get into his mages, and they have very low skills in the darkness, but these air elementals will be disruptive. These demon knights are not taking damage. They have fear even, so that's bad for us. These heliophaguses are buffing up the thug. Archdevil is in the mix. And we are attritioning out our troops as well. I think we did Gift of Flight. Did we? I think we did, but the storm cancels that out. So now our Melqarts have to slowly walk up to the front. Some of his mages are running. Guess taking tick damage from Firestorm is hurting. So how big is his communion now? I think actually most of his mages are running. But we see his big stuff are still around. Speed it up a little bit. So our melee troops are pretty much spent. I think all the squads have routed. We're HP routing now. If we look in the back, we see his thugs have come on a fly and attack rear orders. We do have some troops here protecting our mages, but not enough. Air elementals are coming in too. We're actually losing a lot of mages. Melqarts are running. And he just has my entire mage collection trapped. Speed it up. Melqarts get out, mages die. So he takes a lot of losses, but he wins the fight. Rerouted. That's, I think, quite a bit different than... Yeah, so, again, replay bug where you have different game versions, you see slightly different results. You can see, Firestorm did its damage in this fight. Golden Order Adept casting Firestorm has 125 kills, so it's obviously doing his work well, but he does wreck our melee troops, and we wreck his as well, but we aren't able to deal with the Heliophagus. But where that battle showed, we lost all our mages. This one, our mages retreat before the thugs get on him. I think in the real fight, our Melqarts get caught up with Heliophagus and kind of brawl against each other for a while, but eventually we get out and retreat. So, we lose a whole lot of golden troops, but our mages survived in the real fight, while he loses a lot of mages, a lot of gem troops. He lost his lightning troop, or storm demons shed lightning flinging troops, so both sides take heavy attrition. Percentage, nation-wise, I lose less, especially accounting for the mages, but it's easy for me to restock on troops. It isn't for him. He's much smaller gem income. He's not able to blood hunt much anymore after I did that raiding pass over his country. I doubt he has the goal to be recruiting a lot of new mages or troops. Oh, I didn't catch this Naiad. Maybe she did the storm. Not the storm, the howl. That's actually a pretty big gem sink he lost there. But the demon summons survive for him. Alright, already 25 minutes in, so let's, I think this is a teleport fight. Shifting to other fights now, so Berytos kicks us off his fort, but we kill Marveni's capital and his big army. This is an anti-thug teleport. One guy's just on, I guess both are just running in, so our guy in the front with a defensive script catches his PD, as we wanted, and our attack rear guy with more offensive gear gets right on his thug while it's buffing up. So that is an amazing, that's not amazing, that's exactly what we wanted to happen. So with the double attack's quickness, we should just mince this guy to pieces. We already, landed. 3 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits. Yeah, 32 damage here. Or not, sorry. 16 damage here, another 16 hit, and we get the big fatigue chunk on him. Alright, second round, splats him. So, easy counter-thugging there. We see a horror attack, this time it fails. He's attacking in our lake, Berytos. I think we have like 10 PD here by event, maybe, or we just raised it to 10, but, Coral Knife, Shark Tribe Titans actually with the Coral Knives are super scary. That's like some very high attack density, and with the poison attack, it's deadly. Probably just gonna see some lucky hits, get through the ethereal. Defense skill is 0. It's a huge harass penalty. So yeah, poison gets on this guy and they just sort of poke him down. See Saramade attacking Indies. We saw that fight. We see, oh, that's a trap. Spoilers. Alright, so as you recall, we set up a trap here with 1 Melqart and some water mages on Frozen Heart spam. Melqart has kind of a standard troop equipment set with some cold resistance, Stonebird as well for some additional attacks. Not sure why I used Stonebird. I think I was just trying to see how it worked out. PD runs up. His, despite our water mages being on the front line, his is in the back and out of range for Frozen Heart. You can see it's 10 cold resistance, so it's still not enough for fully blocking Frozen Heart. I think Frozen Heart is like 18 damage. Eventually our Melqart, buffs up. With a full script, it's the Earth Melqart, so he has super high protection bonuses against this sort of low damage equipment set. Like it's 29 non-piercing damage versus 27 or 28 protection on the body, plus a shield. We also don't have piercing damage on our attack, but we do more strength damage. So we do 20, that's his. We do 36 damage versus his 31 protection, so we do some chip damage. So some chip damage from the Melqart plus Frozen Heart spam should get this guy down, but he already took a big hit. Where did he take it from? A Melqart hit with a Gore attack. So we just got lucky on a high dice roll crit from Gore attacks, that's cool. Alright, Frozen Hearts just pops him. So we see Frozen Heart does chunks of damage, or chip points of damage, so yeah. That trap successful. We catch a bunch of his gear, which is great. We raid this. There is a battle on Hinnom. Great Hawks just bounces off the PD. Guess we can take a look. We get a Kohen, and it happens to roll Earth in our PD. Hawks really don't do much versus our national troops, so once we have enough national troops, they can't really just swarm them down. We raid some more. This is from... I think it's from Marveni. We raid again. That's definitely from Marveni. Where's this? Yeah, from Marveni. So it kind of seems like Marveni's running out of gold. Marveni raids us with a moderate stack. Where's this? Right near Mictlan. Oh, the Mictlan capital. Excuse me. He wins that, right? Yeah. We have another Atlantis battle. He's raiding deeper into us. Okay. Standard kit. We'll win that fight. We saw that battle. We saw the sea. Or we didn't see this battle. Marveni attacks us with that raid squad. I have 6 PD here, so... kill a couple pigs, but it looks like he'll win. Alright, so... we raided more land. This is from... Berytos. This is from Berytos. This is from Marveni. So Berytos and Marveni not getting all their PD, so it's a sign they're forgetting or they're low on gold. Marveni's probably low on gold. He's been more on top of it this game. We get 18 event gems, get some bonus candles, that's cool. We get a hero. This is game-changingly good. It's our Nature 4 hero, which completely opens up nature to us as a path for consideration. We move it to our little ball pit over here with our fire hero, who has the fire gem gen up. So this is pretty cool. We can look to cast nature globals now, and with our massive pool and nature gem income, it's something we can think about doing pretty shortly. Alright, so a lot of movement on the strategic map, and let's focus on Marveni first. Where's that rating? Boar's rated here, so we're coming to fight here with some stuff. We're moving our first set of corpse constructs up. Some Sayer, some Clayman, so this is our gem economy army. Like the first merging of all 3 troop types, which is cool. And the reason I'm not doing Sayer, which are the lightning sort of storm demon troop version stuff, is we don't have the cross paths to do it natively. We either need to blood empower an air mage. I think they still might need a booster. Oh no, we need to do a lot of boosters, or I was thinking it might be air 3, but no, it's blood 3 to get them. Yeah, so we need to empower someone and give boosters to get the lightning national troops. So we're just doing Sire for now. Anyways, we were saying on Marveni, we have another kind of boar stack here that he didn't use. I don't think it's all free spawn, like from one turn of free spawn, but now obviously we crippled Marveni this turn. We took his capital, we killed 300 guys, 30 of them being mages. Hardly losses on our side. And, you know, a bit more here, but we can move on to the next fort with this army with all the mages down. shouldn't be much more of a threat. We change up the formation a little bit. Just line formation, sparse line, flankers, sacreds in the back. We're still using a big mage ball as well. No reason not to do it, but we're not sending all the mages now like that should be in a lab. Not sending the Golden Order adept dude. But we do turn on mass regeneration since we got the tech. Not raiding here, but we should. No. Do we have anyone to raid? This guy could raid. Hey, oh, didn't raid. We're raiding here. Some Creeping Doom, Wooden Warriors, Creeping Doom. We have a little raid squad here, running down here. I think that covers Marveni. Couple raiding, and we're moving on to the next fort. Let's go on Berytos. So obviously we lost this fight, we lost a lot, but he lost a lot. But it's harder for us to handle his thugs in a pitched battle, since it's hard to target them without being able to fly. So we have like our scattered remnants. We're moving away from this fort, coming to sit on top of these forts to disrupt blood hunting. If he's blood hunting, sorry, excuse me, just, run away in general. Berytos at front itself, little raid squad. Over here we have the mages with a couple troops running in. We have an air elemental, we have mind burns, body ethereals. We see he doesn't have PD in this province. Province has not organized defense, so can't afford it maybe. Luckily a lot of our troops retreated this way, so they're not trapped. So we're just gonna, raid here. You can read this, mistake made. I think I might have renamed him a while ago. Just funny jab of a name. So we're taking this back, should be nothing there unless someone else raids it, in which case, we don't win anyways. Coming here, we have anyone patrolling? No one's here on patrol. So if Atlantis wants to fight us, he can sit on top of the fort this time. My thinking is I don't think these guys stand up well in like man for man fighting his troops. His troops have high damage magic weapons, so these guys don't have enough prot to endure that damage from his weapons, and magic weapons ignore the ethereal, so that's tough. What's next? We're raiding here with a couple troops, Creeping Doom. We're kind of turning on Creeping Doom as a easy to cast raiding style. Thinking back, I think just give fires in a jar is the better option. We don't have any. It's more gem efficient. We're not using as many fire gems. Like, we have massive fire income, so may as well get some fire in a jars, fire elementals, and take provinces that way then. That's more gem efficient long term than spending gems each time on a Creeping Doom. He raided here. We have another Creeping Doom counter raiding. Here we have this Melqart coming into this lake. We're trying to anticipate him raiding this lake. It kind of looks like what he's doing with both of these armies, or both of these thugs. So in here, this guy has the Gutada blah blah. I don't know how you pronounce all that. Well, this guy's basically got lightning gear, some cold resistance, quickness boots, regeneration, water breathing, so trying to anticipate this guy going in there. And I do have to say, I'm a big fan of Light Spirit Helmet, Scudala, whatever. These two auto-casting lightning spell items do a lot of work in thug fights if they don't have enough lightning resistance. You can sort of look at it as adding a auto-hit additional attack, which is nice. Yeah. We're raiding here on Berytos. You know, body ethereal, some troops. Still patrolling with the foul vapors trap. We'll see if he decides to attack us this turn, if he feels confident enough after this quasi-victory for him. I think that covers most of our actions, troop-wise. Right, we have Mind Hunt coming online, so we have one Mind Hunter count here. I think we are having to craft some Mind Hunt gear. But first Mind Hunter. Yeah, we definitely are crafting Mind Hunt gear. We have Spell Focus, the head helmet booster, so we can do that better. We don't see any astral boosters in here sitting around. So we're having to craft up some astral gear and some mind hunting gear to really get this going. He's targeting Province 93, I think. Yep, it's this guy. I think this guy has an anti-magic amulet on him. He does, so 21 magic resistance. I don't have good odds of succeeding it, but I'm fine with revealing Mind Hunt against him. Between counter-thugging his rating, not counter-rating his rating, teleport thugging attacks on his raiders, and Mind Hunt, I am showing a good breadth of strategies against him that I have available to discourage him from further raiding. And even anticipating him going into the lake here. Like, I'm trying to mind game this guy into not attacking with thugs, because like, obviously I don't have a unlimited amount of thugs, and if I'm in a 1 versus 3 war, my thugs can't be everywhere. And they have shown a lack of communication between each other, like when Berytos wiped out this Atlantis raiding squad. That, you know, they're probably not tracking all of my Melqarts efficiently. So yeah. Still doing some Pale Riders. Our research still amazingly strong. I guess we're doing Evocation 9 next. That gets us... What does it get us? Well, Evocation 8 gets us Pillar of Fire, which is a pretty solid spell. It's not an amazing battle spell compared to what other mages could be casting, but it pretty much pierces through armies of gold with how much damage it does. At least a little bit. And it does a lot of fatigue damage, so... I guess the main enemy right now is like Atlantis and Berytos. The demons might have some fire resist, but this still might pierce through their armor. They're not equipped with a lot of armor, so that's... you know, it's useful. I don't think Atlantis showed any prot buffing, so it's useful versus him too. we're thinking of flames from the skies. There's the evocation 9. I'm not sure on how useful that is. We just wiped out a lot of Berytos' non-human troops. No, a lot of his human troops. And the non-human troops will survive this. Atlantis has the 5 fire resistance and some amount of prots, so as well as just high HP. No, that's the wrong one. Along with high HP, so flames from the sky isn't very good versus him. Only person it's really useful for is Marveni, but you know, he's about to die anyways, so after that it's Saramatia and Arco. It would be extremely efficient versus Arco. His mages will get popped by it. Same with Saramatia's mages though. His sacreds will survive it, but if we multicast it, you know, 3 times, it should kill a nice chunk of his sacred cavalry. Anything else? No new messages. You read the messages. You know, I guess in the background I'm not really talking about crafting because it's a bit hard to track it all the time. But for the most part, I'm doing equipment for my armies. So you can see I'm doing some forged thistles, and this is for getting mass regen off. So a nature 2 mage cannot cast it, but with a thistle mace. Whereas when I thought someone had it. Yeah, this guy has it. With a thistle mace, you can see the requirements for mass regeneration is nature 4, but 2 gems, so at nature 3 with 3 gems he can cast it, so that's that. So, you know, with a thistle mace, he can cast mass regeneration. As I believe we went over in the national overview in the episode 0. So yeah, we're crafting mind hunt gear, we're crafting nature gear to do mass regeneration. We're diversifying our gem troops to get a good assortment. And a new benefit for these corpse constructs, these claymen, these pale riders, is all of these troops can go into the water, which gives me potential strategies to invade Atlantis. I guess strategy wise we could discuss what the plans are. So obviously we're going for the killing blow on Marveni's cap circle area. We don't have anything organized for this northern strong point yet, but kind of hoping Saramatia kills it for us. As it kind of takes quite a while to march back up there. I don't think we have enough assembled troops to get like a new army group here while defending here. That's sort of how we're looking at this game now in the 3-way war. We're focusing army groups in different regions of the Empire, so obviously we have this army group on Marveni. We had this army group attacking Berytos, but at least in his north, that he wiped, but he still have the remnants of some troops. We have another army group against Berytos in their south, and it's also on the Saramatia front, if Saramatia would attack us. So it's that we have one group here, second group here, third group here. We're sort of army groups, and we're kind of looking at it. The way I view it is, when we're doing this troop style build for like offensives, having big army stacks are strong points for us. And we're not looking say? It's not about using them necessarily, it's about asserting control over basically the ring around the province of where they are. So this army controls the zone, or like has a zone of influence maybe around it where it can react. So if Saramati attacks through the north, it's within this army's reaction position to do something about it. For this army, it came from this throne down, so this is like where its zone of influence is to control the map, and subsequently it will help control Arco. We do see Arco built a fort here, so that kind of explains why he was sitting here with the army stack. And this is another zone of influence now for an army. We need to rebuild troops, which is why we're doing some Vine Ogres to just help supplement our troop income. We are doing a whole pile of Horites here, interestingly. And this is just about getting as many bodies as possible. I will say these are the wrong guys to build. Although we're gold capped, I guess, so maybe they're okay. But overall, Horite champions are better. That fur armor gives little bonus to protection, and in combination of armies of gold, it's a noticeable difference against Atlantis. But these guys are gold cheaper. And these guys I think have 2 attack skill. They're a lot better. Yeah, so most of this game, gold troop wise, we've been using Dawn Guard. I guess retrospectively, Dawn Guard weren't essential to use the entire time. Avite Swordmen at almost half the gold cost are similarly good. And it would have been more gold efficient to be recruiting them. I think I could have had another army organized to, say, attack the Micklin fort here. If I didn't spend... Like, the problem with Dawn Guard is they don't give me a lot more innate tankiness against, like, big spells like what Marveni's doing. Like, he's just doing Gift from Heavens that Dawn Guard really don't care versus Avite Swordmen. Like, they both die to it, so... Like, if I had twice the number of Avite Swordmen, it'd be 100 troops here, plus some supporting summons, so like I could be assaulting with a new force on Micklin, so... Yeah. I didn't appreciate that... Avite Swordmen were better value at the time. I also didn't appreciate how useful Horites could potentially be. But we're gonna begin to learn how useful they are as we quickly reload our army here. And really, the cool thing about Horites is you can, especially with like a capital fort where there's a huge population for recruitment points, you can just recharge a new army in one turn on a front if you need it. Like, you know, I'm summoning or recruiting like 50 troops here. I can immediately deploy with my mages that survived. And like, how long is it going to take for Atlantis to restock his troops or Berytos to restock his troops? So, while we are, you know, gold restrained on how much we can do, we do have a huge gold income. A lot of it is in upkeep, but we still have enough to do recruitment. Are we still recruiting mages? I think we're cutting mage recruitment this turn, maybe for the first time. Outside of like unique mages like capital mages or you know, these unique indie mages or throne mages. But like the national mages we're cutting this turn. I think we're not even recruiting here either. Yeah. So yeah, we're recharging our army on this Rust front to meet Atlantis to begin on I think the next move on this game is we don't have an immediate answer on how to deal with Berytos. At least I didn't at the time. I have ideas I do now, but I don't really want to spoil it. I think that's for a different episode, but yeah, I think the new strategy is I'm counter-thugging. No, I'm trying to deal with all of Atlantis' thugs to dissuade him from his deep raiding that he's done. And kind of eyeing this fort of his and his throne. Now, it just so happens that I have all of these amphibious summon troops I'm getting. And I feel like the easiest throne I can get is this one, potentially. It's the closest to my hubs of power. So, like, while this Arco throne is close to me, I don't have a really close staging point to attack it from. Arco's also been at peace the entire game, so I really don't know what his tech level is at, what his strategies are. So to go in blind against him with a big army to attack him is a big risk. While with Atlantis, he's kind of shown what he's doing to me, so I feel more comfortable eyeing this throne. Yeah, so almost an hour on this episode, so I'm gonna save my voice now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.